Mail. So the time has come. What you guys all have been waiting for. I love that picture. Ariana doesn't like her picture. She's deep in thought about what to think about Sylvie over here. I love this picture. Let's talk a little bit about Loki, guys. You guys catch the latest episode? I know you did. That's a stupid question. I know you did. What did you guys think about it? Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Not I said the fuck. Okay. I'll go for. Okay. I like this episode better than episode 3. Last week, me and Ariana, we came up with that theory. Like, are they gonna kiss? Are they doing like a love connection? And we really didn't like that idea. I don't want to speak for you. I don't know if you've changed your mind since last week about that, but. I thought it was happening. I don't know if I liked it. And when I felt like it was happening, then I felt like, no, I don't like this. I don't know why. It just didn't sit right with me. But in this episode, what I did like about it, I loved looking at, I didn't know we were going to go into a flashback of when Sylvie was taken. That was a sad moment for me. And spoilers, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to get into a full discussion of this. So if you are catching this live or catching this pre-recorded, we are going to go into the episode. So if you haven't seen it, you can stop right now or fast forward it to the end. But I thought they did that well. The only thing I didn't like about that scene was how incompetent is the TVA that a little girl was able to get away from her that easily, and like totally tank her career, I guess, in the eyes of the timekeepers or whatnot. I felt like there was a grudge there, and then that conversation, just to pick another scene real quick, that conversation that she was having with Sylvie in the elevator, like, do you remember? And she obviously lying, like, no, I don't remember you. Yes, you do. You got demoted because of this little girl. Now you're trying to front in the elevator like a boss. Like, nah, nobody's buying it. But there's a lot more, and I know you guys. I don't want to step on any toes. So, now that I've gone first, anybody want to share any? Come on, guys, it's a panel.
Sure. So I liked it. I do think that it answered a lot of questions that I had, obviously, in the 3rd episode, because I had a lot of speculation as to who Sylvie actually was, because I thought perhaps she could have been the Enchantress character, which is also in a lot of Marvel comic books, and maybe not a Loki at all. And this did kind of answer that question, that she was actually a female version of Loki in the multiverse. And but what was more interesting to me was the very, very, very end. And I want to talk about that first, because that kind of opens it up and kind of leads us to a few more questions. So at the very end, if you stayed and you watched through the credits,
which I didn't do at first, but we'll talk about that
later.
You didn't? But go ahead.
There was that little spoiler. So again, this is going to spoil everything if you haven't seen it. Loki gets zapped by the boomstick, and that's what I call it now. Because if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, that's what they called it when they zapped him with the boomstick and they kind of disintegrated. So going back to Ragnarok, when he got zapped, he woke up in a different place. You saw a multitude of Lokis standing there. So where is that place? Obviously, it's a multi-dimensional place. You can see all the garbage behind it. So is it Sakaar? Because Sakaar, time works differently here. Jeff Goldblum's character was millions of years old, but he still looked the same age. It was a wormhole planet where trash and who knows what came in from all the wormholes. So is that where they went? Is somebody collecting the Lokis? Because we know the timekeepers were robots, and maybe that's why they were scanning for the robots when they were coming in, whenever they pulled the variants in, to see if they were like that artificial intelligent things.
Ooh, maybe that's that makes
that's
sense.
Very interesting to me.
That's probably explains why they didn't want machines coming that close to those fake timekeepers, because maybe another machine would be able to tell those are robots. So maybe
well, it's a level of control. Like the whole thing is, to me, is built kind of like a cult system.
Yeah.
Where like they have these different levels of control and they give people just enough power to where they feel important and they can continue to believe the falsities that they've built their whole society on. So understanding that they're all variants. So does everybody who gets the boomstick wind up in wherever the other Lokis are? So is Owen Wilson's character there too? We don't know, because I'd like to see him come back. I'd love to see Mobius come back. He played a big part in a lot of Marvel comics. So if he dies now, like is he no longer in any of the other Marvel worlds? And we know there's not that many movies coming out, at least they've got planned. So it'd be interesting to see that. And I wasn't done with their dynamic with Loki's and Mobius's dynamic. Right. I mean, he just had that realization. We don't know anything else about him, and I would love to know more.
What about you, Ariana? What are your thoughts? And just try to keep your full on rage under control. No, just joking. What did you think about it overall?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the episode. I feel like I haven't really been satisfied with the show since the end of episode 2, honestly. Other than, well, we don't have to discuss that right now, but other than like even the Loki Sylvie thing, whatever, it is what it is. Other than that, I just don't understand exactly what they're doing with Loki's character at this point. I feel like it's changed so much in a way that he is a variant, but he was only supposed to be a variant to the point where he took the Tesseract. But it almost feels like a whole new person in a lot of the choices he makes and the actions he makes. And like, yes, the character development happens, but it feels like a different Loki to me altogether. Like I forget that this is supposed to be the Loki from 2012. Right. I really like Ravonna. I feel she's honestly the most interesting character to me in the series.
Because she's a freaking liar.
But that's the thing. Like I feel like I still don't know anything about Sylvie. And I feel like they've really given her no personality of her own, which is a shame because I think she could be a really awesome character, especially if she's meant to be a separate person. Like the writers have kept drilling it into our heads that no, Sylvie, yes, she's a Loki variant, but she's Sylvie, but she's not the Sylvie from the comics. So who is she? I honestly couldn't tell you. What does that mean? And it's a shame because it seems like they're trying to focus on her more, but how much more can you tell us when there's just 2 episodes left? I mean, we should have known a little bit more already. Yeah. I already just said what I just said about Loki. Mobius, that hurts my heart because I really liked Mobius, but there is a scene we still haven't seen of him yet, so I'm pretty sure he's around somewhere in that pruned wasteland from the trailers. There's a scene of him.
Gotta be there.
You know what? I'm hoping Miss Minutes comes back. I think episode 3 and 4 were missing Miss Minutes, and that's why I haven't felt good about that.
Miss Minutes saves everybody, saves everything, just comes in at the last second, saves the day. Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, I think she's up to no good.
Ooh,
I don't think Miss Minutes is
the timekeeper.
Maybe she is. Maybe she's the one controlling the robots. We don't know.
Never see it coming.
Oh,
that would be fun.
Yep.
Did Sarah just break the internet?
That's definitely what it is. Has to be.
That would be hilarious. I think before the show we were direct messaging, and I think I said in my message to you something about like what you just said about Loki being completely different. This is no longer that Loki from 2012. And I thought the journey would be to somewhat get close to as possible the Loki he finally eventually became after all these after all these years and up to Endgame. But now it feels like it's like they've gone. I forgot what word I used. Maybe I used the word soft. It's like he's not. Even though he bettered himself, he finally became an ally to Thor by the end of Endgame. It was still like hard fought. Like it was still a lot of back and forth, a lot of betrayal, a lot of mischief. And it was a journey. But now it seems like he's gotten there and beyond, especially with the whole sharing his feelings and that now was revealed to be a straight up sacrifice official gesture to save Sylvie. Thor deserved better. If you were capable of that type of like the brother that you grew up with all those years, but you faked your death so many times throughout the MCU, but you've known Sylvie for like what, 5 minutes, and you're like, I'm gonna give it all up for I don't know why. I liked it and I didn't like it, but it just more upset me. Not, maybe that's too strong a word, because like I said, it's like we've surpassed the Loki that he became. He's way different from the Loki he became in Endgame to a whole, like you said, a whole different Loki now.
Yeah. So he had a lot of bombs dropped on him. So from the beginning of the series, he's had a lot of things that completely changed the way that he considers the world. So when he was brought in, realized that the ultimate power was not the Tesseract, wasn't the stones, right. wasn't anything like that. Ultimately, everything that he thought was worthy of going after, worthy of seizing power, worthy of taking over and ruling everything, didn't really matter. Mm-hmm. So everything that he believed in up until that point for seizing power wasn't a thing.
Turned out it didn't matter.
He also didn't get to experience all the things that really built him into the character that he was in Endgame. He didn't get to actually experience the death of his mom. He got to watch the different Loki do all of that. He got to watch the different Loki experience all the things that we had seen him do throughout the movie. My
question though, what would it change him that much? Because I feel like it's a real, but maybe what you said makes more sense to me now, because about the fact that, like you said, I forgot about the whole, reaching for all that power, and it turns out that power doesn't even matter in this world. So maybe, I guess, add that ingredient in to this new cake that we're baking with Loki. Maybe that would like deflate, like Luke Skywalker, him like in the Last Jedi, in comparison to the Luke Skywalker we had in the on A New Hope. But maybe, but I don't know, something. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a Debbie Downer about it. I don't know. I feel like I still like the show overall, but it's not. It was starting to become my favorite above like Falcon and above close to getting to that Wanda level. But to me now at this moment, I would have to say it's in third place. Wow. It's only been 3 series and it's in 4th place. No, but it's not by much. It's still very close. I feel like maybe if they stick the landing, maybe I'll go back. Maybe tomorrow I'll feel different about it. But no, that's good points on both sides. Any other scenes anybody else wants to bring up? Any wild fact? What about what's the a TVA soldier the black lady, something 15, right? Where
B-15?
Yeah, when she went and when her memories got returned back to, I did not see that coming at all.
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see what she saw because I love her character. Mm-hmm. I thought there was gonna be more of her. I expected more of her character, more screen time, more, understanding her, because I think, she could have been more. Like, she ultimately helped them out, and I wanted more of her because I enjoyed seeing her.
What do you speculate that she probably? Here's my thought. Here's my theory. I think she saw a family or children or something. To go to even if it's all false and fake memories of what the TVA is doing to her, for you to go that, like, to go from true blue soldier, always follow orders, to complete betrayal, she had to have seen like a whole thing, like a big heavy thing. Like, if I saw that my wife and my children were taken away from me, I'd betray the TVA too, because I'd be so pissed. I'd be hella pissed off. But what do you guys, anybody, Ariana, you have any speculations on do you think we will see what she saw?
Not to, no, maybe I shouldn't say that. Well, you know what? No, I'm not, no, I don't think they will, because there's just a lot of instances, even in comic books where life-changing things happen for Black characters and the detail is never there. And I feel like that's probably one of the cases. I don't think we'll ever see what she saw, which is a shame because I really think that they should have shown it. But I think it's part of a larger problem, honestly.
Any guesses to what it might be? I mean, even if it's just like a sentence, like what do you think, Sarah? Like, what do you think it's like something like you took my family away from me, or I had it turns out I had a dog, then that dog was pretty cool, and now my dog is gone. What do you think she saw that Sylvie showed her?
I mean, I hope a happy life, but again, I hope that she's wherever everybody else who got the boomstick is. That's because I want more of her. She was such a good character.
Wait, didn't she make it? She didn't get.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It wasn't made clear, probably for a reason. I think if she's still around, she's probably
she's still in the TVA.
Messing around with the internal structures of the TVA.
Because I think she did what she did, and I think she turned around and went through one of those doors. So maybe I think that's what she did. The Lokis. At the end, so guys, right after I saw this latest episode, I was so proud of myself. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and I saw something, and I was like, I'm gonna get this on TikTok, and I'm probably gonna be one of the first people that notice this because I'm a genius. And I noticed that when Loki and Sylvie were having a talk, and after they fought their way through to the timekeepers, I noticed Loki squinting, and then when he got the boomstick to the back and died, I assumed that it was an illusion because I saw that look in his eye. Like I thought he saw that she was still alive, and I thought she set it all up. I post this theory online, and not 5 minutes later did somebody go, "It doesn't seem like you saw the end credit scene there, Chris." And now I'm the laughingstock of TikTok. And Ariana said that she's gonna end our Loki contract early because I embarrassed her, and so now my new theory is maybe a variant changed what those boomsticks were supposed to do a long time ago, and that's why they're not evaporating. Maybe they were hacked, or maybe they always were meant to go to that planet. What do you think that happened there? That's my theory. I think maybe they were hacked a long time ago. Like the TVA thinks that those people are dying and does not know they're actually being teleported somewhere else. That's my only theory on that. Any rumors or speculations from anybody before we wrap up?
So I think it's coincidence. I think it's a big coincidence to be able to see that boomstick from Thor Ragnarok, and then now we're seeing the same thing here, and they called it a boomstick. They didn't know what it was. They thought it disintegrated people, so it's obviously sending them somewhere else. I think it's always sent them somewhere else, and perhaps that was the ultimate goal, to collect all of these Lokis or other variants and put them in a place to where they can ultimately do something, because I think there's still a lot of unanswered questions, like why would they be there?
So Jeff Goldblum is the mastermind. He is the time. He's been the timekeeper.
I don't think he's a mastermind character. Like ultimately, his character in the MCU is not brilliant.
Oh, that would be too funny if it turns out. Any before we go, Ariana, any rumors, any speculation, anything else you want to yell at Bob Iger? I mean, Kevin Feige about?
No, I'm gonna try to be positive. I'm very excited to see what they do with those variants at the end. Like when I saw that, my face lit up. I was like, "Oh, kid Loki, so precious!"
What was that? Was that a Komodo? What was that?
That
dragon?
An alligator. Yeah, alligator.
Was it an alligator? I thought it was one of those Komodo dragon-like things.
No, I guess it's an alligator. Loki maybe came back in an alligator as Guardian family. I don't know.
What if that alligator was a Loki? Because he did have the.
He had the crown.
Yeah, the crown. There's a variant Loki alligator. Wow. So it's going to be interesting to see moving forward what they do. So there's some things to be excited about. There's obviously some things that's kind of peeving us, some of us on the panel a little bit. Maybe they'll stick the landing. There's 2 episodes left. Now we're in the end game of this season where we're seeing end credits, and so it's something to be excited for episode 5 coming up, guys. Let us know what you guys think. All your rumors, your speculations, like I always say, put it in the box below. Share with us your thoughts on everything Loki, and we'll talk about it more. We're on next week's episode as well when we talk about Loki episode 5, guys. That will do it for this episode of Talking Through the Medias. Before I go and sign off, once again, guys, let's start with Ariana. If you want to let people know where they can find you online, I know I was lazy with the logo. I put social media that you don't have. TikTok is where they can find you. And tell them about your TikTok channel, and let's plug it. Let's do a shameless plug.
Instagram and Twitter, yeah. You can find me on there, but I mostly use TikTok. I talk about all things Marvel. I love to talk about some of my favorite comics. Just really anything Marvel related. I'm all about it. So yeah.
So what you're saying is next week we're going to be having a DCEU panel. Let's do it. All right. Ariana's going to give her thoughts on Man of Steel 2. But appreciate it. So go guys, go check her out. Follow her on TikTok, and if you can find her, she's slick. She's harder to find than Sylvie sometimes. If you can find her on TikTok and on Twitter and Instagram, go check her out. Because we're trying. I think you said you're trying to. Let me switch the panel. I think you said we're trying to get the 2 ends out of your at, right? We're trying
yeah. yeah. I just want it to be one end. Yeah.
We're trying to get it to one end. So we're guys, I want you to do me a favor, go out there, campaign, let's hack those accounts, get rid of those, or bribe those people who hold those accounts, and let's buy the Rosessin with one end so Ariana can have it. And Sarah, Katherine, if they want to find you online, where can they remind us again where we can do that?
Hey, so I'm Sarah Katherine, the red with underscores in between the words, on all social media. I also have my own YouTube channel, Sarah Katherine the Red, and then I have a YouTube channel with my 2 friends, Scotty and Chip, and we talk about, it's relatively new, but we talk about Loki right now. We're going to talk about other wonderfully nerdy things in the future. We have many plans.
When can they tune into that show?
So we film on Thursdays, and it normally comes out on Saturday. And if you follow me on Instagram, I load little clips and give you the direct links. So, and our channel is Within the Guild on YouTube.
Awesome.
Hope you check it out.
Guys,
thanks for having me.
No problem there. Guys, go check them out. And fair warning, if you go to Sarah's Instagram, you will get hungry. There's so much delicious food. There's all I'm starving right now just thinking about it. I'm like, it's so frustrating. Your stomach will go. It was too much, but it was awesome, and I appreciate you guys taking the time out. I hope you guys return again. Ariana, we are contracted for at least 2 more episodes. No more fighting, but I appreciate it again, guys. Talking to the Medias was brought to you in front of a live studio audience of inferior variants, because I am the supreme. So until next time, guys, peace.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Blah.